Welcome back to Cape Critiquers, everybody. Today, we are once again talking about Stranger Things, but today's a little bit different. We are talking about the making of Stranger Things. I'm going to redo this. I'm fucking just rambling. Fucking just rambling. Today, we're talking about Stranger Things again, but this time it's a little different. I'm saying the same thing. Oh, God. Welcome back to Cape Critiquers, everybody. Today we are talking about the Stranger Things documentary, One Last Adventure, the making of Stranger Things Season 5. Wow, what a
ride.
Disaster this documentary is.
Documentary itself was a disaster. You're correct, and I think it's very telling of what we saw in this last season.
There's like a summary, basically, of a quote that, I don't know which Duffer it is, but one of them pretty early on into this documentary says, yeah, beloved shows that falter and don't stick the landing. You can't leave anything dangling. You have to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
But
there's I have a whole bunch of things kind of written here.
I think we should just get started with the whole scene, I guess. Or would it be a scene?
I guess, yeah. I mean, there's a scene in the documentary. I think I know where you're going with this.
It starts with Ross Duffer is worried that the spider in the void would outrun the kids so quickly, and then that turns into Dichter, who is clearly the best writer in the room. He's like, well, I feel like it's crazy that there's no monsters.
There's no Demogorgons, no demo bats. There has to be. That's crazy if they're not. And then it goes to Ross Duffer. Like, what are you talking about?
So when I watched it before you guys did, and I said to myself, that's because you didn't have any. When he was saying that, I said, it's just ridiculous. He watched the scene 20 minutes later. He came over to me, and he had a comment about it. It's something that had to be on everybody's minds.
There's a bunch of things in this documentary where you even just texted me about this scene, but so many parts in this documentary where it's I can't believe that this made the documentary after everything.
Yeah.
The backlash that they've received.
There's
a
just
scene
them
with
talking about how the whole final battle doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
How does that? But it's just they're talking about it not making sense. But then it's just it's not making sense for all the reasons that is shipped into the final fucking production.
Yeah.
They spoke about it. They had obviously different ideas of what they wanted to do. Outright see Eleven die and know that she died, and somebody said that would be the great final end of it. And they were like, again, wishy-washy.
The
Don't want
amount
to commit
of
to it.
scenes where there's between the Duffers and other writers just face palming and being confused and not even knowing what's going on.
The fucking I guess council of just people who handle different parts of production. And it's just it's gonna be a lot, and they're just wait, but what are they even talking about? It's just fucking funny.
Yeah. I also there was a few scenes too of actors giving notes to the Duffers, and it's I guess, yeah.
The fucking one with Jamie Campbell Bower.
Oh my God,
he just came up with this kind of good, I guess, summarization of what this character is,
and then they just
Duffer had no fucking clue.
Yeah, and then there was also the Patty thing too. Did you see that?
What is it?
Patty was the one person that was ever nice to Vecna, and then he brings that up, and then they just ignore him. Honestly, and then there was even one where Maya Hawke and the actor that plays Vicky are both kind of talking about the way that the scene should be played.
Oh, she directed that whole scene. I know what you're getting at. Yeah,
and it's these actors know more about the way that the characters would operate in the plot than the writers.
She's we're not outed yet, and so I'm going to whisper to her about these things because they don't know that we're dating.
Yeah.
So and it just deluded them totally. One of the things that was most telling to me is the set builders. And they say, okay, there's a lot of times we're told to build sets and we don't know a whole lot, but we had no idea because they had no idea. Nothing was written for most of the shit when they were building some of these sets. They just had an idea, knew what they wanted. But they said, we're in the dark. I guess we'll find out when we get closer what it's got to be.
I mean, even when they had a full plan, it just got fucked up.
Oh,
the whole melting room thing.
Oh my God.
The melting room thing.
It's just, I guess we'll just have to end up doing it with the VFX anyways. It's the most fucking expensive part of production.
Sean Levy is just the scene where he was I have it written exactly what he says.
Nobody will ever know that we failed here today.
That's
not the audience.
Yeah, the audience will never know that we failed today.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. Yeah. I think we do.
And it's just to even put that into the documentary is just I guess they will actually. Either way, if it fucking was a perfect thing.
Yeah. I had said to you, it's funny that also comes at like the crux of one of the most confusing scenes in the entire show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I think we realized pretty quickly that something got fucked up here.
One more thing with like the whole Demogorgons at the final battle thing. I'd say Kate definitely overcorrected when she was like talking about Demogorgon fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, I mean, like, I don't think anybody was fucking thinking about that.
I don't think it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, borderline, like, superhero fatigue is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Demogorgon fatigue, it does not exist.
Yeah. I don't even, because it's like, oh, we've had too many this season, but like we also haven't. We've had like one.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot
Maybe
this
two.
season, but in previous seasons we've had a lot more.
Yeah.
I guess even like at the Mac Z, they had like the Demogorgon attack of like the soldiers. But like, I don't know, like that's different than.
Yeah. I think
The
like there was
party.
like what, 3 at most?
Well, there was
like at once.
Yeah, at once. There's like the one that attacks the house, then there's like 1 or 2 that's like chasing the convoy in the Upside Down.
Yeah, but like we don't know if that's just the same one. Is what I mean.
But even the ones that got killed during that scene with the
With Will.
with Will and everything, then they just got up and walked away. Vecna just made them
Revive
get up
them,
and revive them. They walked away, so they're still there. So it was just weird to me. My only thought was when we were still talking about the extra episode is that this is still part of the dream then, or this is part of Mike being Vecna'd, and it's just going towards the way he wants it to them to see it, and it's easy, but it's really not. So maybe there's going to be that second real episode.
I'm off the train, man.
Yeah, you're off the train,
I mean,
and I think most of
it's
us
done
are.
now.
That's
Yeah.
what
I mean,
like,
like-
I'm just saying this is what my thought was going back.
It
there.
was done, and
Yeah.
then like there was like a slight thing where it's like maybe
Yeah.
they just pushed it to like being the
We're pa-
documentary. It's done.
We're past the 12th.
Because like
and
It's done.
so-
the only
not
way
even-
it would make sense if like they filmed episode 8 last, just because like how the whole thing wrapped up with them all crying, like,
yeah,
and like I don't think the Duffers are good enough actors to like cry also.
yeah, no. Well, they were definitely all bawling. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. But I think it's more because of the longevity of time together and the knowing we're not going to be.
And Noah Schnapp knows he's never getting another job in Hollywood.
Well, did you see he's
Oh,
like
boy.
doing the fucking podcast now?
Oh no, I
Rewatch
didn't.
podcast?
Oh yeah, I did actually see that.
Something funny that I saw is Duffer means an incompetent person and Dichter means poet.
Wow,
Oh,
that's funny.
boy.
Duffergate.
This is possibly going to be the biggest thing they ever do.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
This is the peak of their career.
Yeah.
And there's even that one guy, I think he was in like the set development thing. He was like, I'm happy with this being the peak of my career.
Yeah. There was one like big meme that I saw like first from this is at one point on Matt's screen, you can see what is pretty certainly just looks like tabs of ChatGPT open.
Wasn't that debunked though?
I don't think so.
Okay. I know that they also had like Reddit and YouTube open,
Yeah.
which is like that in itself is
I
already
mean, like Reddit. Like I don't like I saw people like, oh, they're on the fucking Stranger Things Reddit, but it could just be like
Yeah.
they're on like some physics. Reddit.
like it's kind of like I guess normal to have like a Google document open and like Reddit and YouTube open when you're script writing.
Just to see if
But-
what you're thinking about can happen. Or,
but-
you know,
Never in a million years did I think like this $400 million production would ever have that. Crazy that that's what
Well,
they do.
And you speak of that, there was that one production guy that said that one episode is bigger than most
Movies,
sets.
yeah.
yeah.
It's just think of that. Let that sink in.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we got out of it.
Yeah.
It's just
What I'll say is like I have a greater respect for like majority of the production team after this.
Oh, most certainly. No, they're definitely all professional. There's no doubt about it.
Like that one guy, Euro something.
Mhm.
Like he was on top of his shit, and then like a bunch of other people were too.
Fucking one.
The set builders setting up,
Mhm.
these have to be done by then, and the whole bit. Every day they had their marks. They knew what to do. And
Their
I have
marks.
to say, they did a great job on all the sets.
Damn Mark. There was also the one scene where the like production designer, I think, or the costume designer or whatever, is like talking to the Duffers about like what Callie should wear to like look more, I guess, powerful. And she's just like, oh no, she's gonna die. She's
Yeah.
gonna get shot and die.
She's gonna get shot, like, and it's
Like,
like
oh.
it's like a shot, like in the chat, like it'll kill her. Sorry, spoilers. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just like such a fucking funny. Like, there's a lot of just unintentionally like funny, just like extreme moments
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. There was another thing that stuck out to me where it was the scene where Winona has to Winona, South Dakota, where Winona Ryder is like with Jamie Campbell Bower, and it's the scene where Joyce cuts off Vecna's head, and she's like talking to him, and then one of the Duffers is like, "Oh, what do you like? You guys have never filmed together, or something?" And she was like, "Yeah, no."
That's funny. There's also like the whole thing where they say that they went to the finale without a script, which like I think is kind of
it's pretty normal.
Yeah, because I mean like
in TV.
I mean like even especially just like nowadays with like big productions. Because I mean like Endgame I think did too.
Yeah.
And like
however, there was 4 years in between.
Well, I have like a list of movies that did the same.
4 years?
Well, just hold on. Casablanca, Apocalypse Now, The Godfather, Jaws, Goodfellas, Alien, Chinatown, All About Eve, Easy Rider.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And like we said, it's a pretty common practice nowadays.
Yeah.
But my problem
in the 70s too.
Is that yeah.
Just
they had 4 years though to like figure out the finale.
Yeah. Well, they also had the strike, so.
True.
But just to backtrack, The Godfather had a basic idea because it was from a fucking book.
Yeah.
Well, I'd
You
also
know?
say
So-
that they kind of had a basic idea.
Yeah.
The execution just did not stick the landing.
No.
Even when like they had clear outs, like Paul Dichter is like fucking like time and time again in this. There's like people giving them good ideas.
I think they had all the time in the world to get this right, and I don't know. They tried to cram everything into that last episode, and I think that they could have spread it out across the 8 episodes a little bit better.
I thought it was so awkward too that like Millie raps before pretty much everybody else. Like that was just kind of weird to see. She's in like less of the behind the scenes promo stuff because of that. And it's like I don't know, the show is
I mean Winona's barely in anything.
I know. I saw it before this came out, and it was like Winona Ryder and David Harbour aren't going to be in the documentary. So I was thinking like, what the hell happened on this set?
Yeah, and they
But
both
they
really
were,
weren't in an awful lot.
Both kind of in it. I'd say David Harbour was in it like decently.
And in their table reads, you saw him more, and a couple
Even
of
like
other
on set.
of other spots.
Winona was really not in it too much.
No.
She was like table read and then like maybe on set once, but like they really didn't try to use much footage of her.
Normally I enjoy these things, and when it first opened up and they were storyboarding and talking, I was like, oh, this is great. I like this creative thing and stuff. It went off the rails quickly.
The whole episode has to build up to 11 is going to kill herself.
Yeah. And
It's just like funny, like that's another moment where like Dichter is clearly just like caring about like what are the actual character consistent like moments and motivations. And it's just like it has to be like this big spectacle where like they have to believe.
Yeah.
And it's just like not
yeah, and they're going.
they're not understanding how to make it believe without it just being like I guess like a spectacle.
No, and then one of the Duffers, I forget which one it is like going, well, it can go back and forth, believe, not believe, believe, not believe. When he's
and then the other Duffer is like, dude, like don't do that thing. Don't do the 100% thing.
Exactly.
It's funny.
I think they got lucky on it.
And this is just like another writing choice thing that I thought was weird, is like making Holly Wheeler kind of the main character of season 5 at times, like the party. And there's a scene where they have the actor who plays Nancy in like a thing, and she's like, yeah, Nancy, or yeah, Holly, it's a interesting choice. I mean, she was kind of like a background character for a while. And then like there's another scene too where they're explaining the science of the Upside Down, like the new lore of the Upside Down,
And nobody understands.
and no one understands it. And Nancy says something like, just like kind of makes fun of it. She's like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then like everyone just looks so confused.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it'll make sense when
You
we
mean
film.
there's another sky, and then more? Like nobody can get the concept of it. I don't know if we truly got the concept.
Also, there's just like a lot of stuff where like the brothers are just like talking about how they didn't really have an interest in writing, and like they thought that they were like better directors and writers.
They
you know?
got into writing because they thought it was a better avenue to direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like I'm pretty sure they've just talked about like how they don't like TV. They prefer movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think clearly they do. They don't really mention like any of their inspirations. It's all movies. Like Frank Darabont. It's cool that they got Frank Darabont to like direct.
Yeah.
Because like clearly he's crucial to their like what they've created, you know, as far as inspiration.
Yeah.
And from everything that they mentioned as their inspirations, you can definitely see it all thrown into here, and some of the other stuff that they've done. But I just, I didn't get anything really out of this other than what we'd already spoken about. It's actually confirmed some of our theories.
Yeah, I mean, what I got out of this is like I said, definitely gave me a newfound respect for like the production teams of Stranger Things, and like seeing how much really goes into it. But then also like this really confirmed, like you said, for me, just a lot of the concerns that we had for the writer's room.
You use this term a lot, lazy writing.
Mm-hmm.
This confirmed that. Well, I just can't be bothered with that. I mean, that's the feeling I got from so
There's
many
a part
things.
where one of the Duffers is talking about, he's like, yeah, we had 4 years, but like got kids and stuff.
Yeah, that's he was talking to one of
he's
the
like,
other
you
guys
guys
in the
have
production
kids?
team.
He's like,
yeah, I
yeah,
do, but they're like 40.
I do, but like, I was like working when they were born. So it's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, finish the fucking script. And there's constantly like production people that are like, yeah, well, we're doing without a script, so I guess. So.
But you could sit at home and write a freaking script and still be there. It's crazy.
I don't remember if this was from another interview or from this, but the designer was also talking about how Noah's muscle tones came in and they had problems covering that up. So that might be the entire explanation for the whole like coat thing where it was too cold.
Yeah, it wasn't from this.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Just interesting.
But that was the one big thing that I picked up, is that a lot of the actors were chatting in their ears and the ideas were going through or just being ignored totally. And some of them I think were actually pretty good ideas that should have been used. But
I think another telling thing was they said, like, this is too big. Like, there's no chance that my brother and I would be able to direct all of this.
Oh, no, that was evident.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know if like some of the issue is having multiple directors on a show like this. Like, I know that is a common thing, but I don't know. I think it was just so all over the place, and like there's so many different voices trying to like compete to explain something that like no one even understood.
And it seemed that a lot of the scenes, they had a lot of small scenes that they strung together. It seemed like just that whole melting room scene that was one big thing to us. That probably had to be 30 different scenes strung together.
It's just like one of the biggest disasters of the whole production.
100%, I have to agree.
There was also the whole thing where characters were just like talking about how they didn't know how they like survived stuff.
Yeah.
Like
there was one where Karen was like, there was a certain maybe like prosthetic or whatever, and they're like, no, we can't use that one because like she'd be dead.
Yeah.
She's like, wouldn't I be like dead now?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, this is pretty big. I think I could be dead from this one.
Yeah.
Wasn't there
that's
another
something
one
that we talked about too, is like the Wheeler parents like both should be dead.
Yeah.
Just like fucking forget about Ted.
Yeah.
Literally.
But at least write that in. Make it that real. Okay, mom survived somehow with that gash on her throat, but Dad's dead.
Can speak a week later after it happened.
Exactly. But Dad's dead. Not only speak, walk and attack a Demogorgon and blow the fucking thing up, and have the wits to know how to do it.
And like do it without getting caught by the Demogorgon.
Exactly.
Like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. But they had to make her an action hero.
Yeah, well that's what she says. Now I'm an action hero.
Yeah. They kind of hopperified all of the adults this season.
Yeah. I mean, even like Murray,
Yeah.
Murray's actor was talking about how like, I feel like I'm the character who I wanted to be when I was a kid. You know?
Yeah, but that like that's what I'm saying with the hopperification. Like Hopper's by season 3, like by the time he's punching the Russians, he's just Indiana Jones. You know.
Yeah.
But if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Hopper.
Yeah.
You leave it to that. He's the loose cannon cop.
Yeah. And then, like, he's another one where you could make the argument where it's like, I don't know, maybe he should have died off when he died off. And then one of the Duffers is saying, people always get mad that we don't kill off the characters, but then that just takes the fun out of the show. And earlier in the documentary, they make a point to say, like, no one had ever made a show about kids for adults. And I feel like that's one of the greatest things about season 1. Is that's what it is. It's a show about kids, but it's like a drama that's made for an adult audience. And immediately they kind of just like lost their way in that because the kids got so popular.
And remaining as kids, not being kids playing adults. You know, if what I mean, like being on that level.
I'll always kind of say that this show got a little too big for itself.
I mean, season 2 is still like, I'd say it still would work as like a show about kids for adults,
but season 2 also kind of sucks.
Yeah, and then like season 3 is just where it goes off the rails into just like MCU.
So they had the explosion in the basement of the hospital, and they were setting up that whole scene. And they're like, maybe we should have broken glass. I mean, there was an explosion. Like, they didn't even have that idea. So then they had to redo that and put through glass.
I also thought it was crazy that like, it's not like written into the script how the fight scenes go. Like a fight choreographer basically was the one that determined exactly how like the Vecna and L fight would go. And that fight is like a little wonky. and just kind of like silly. They're just kind of tossing each other around until he gets impaled.
Yeah.
Again, though, also like I don't even like if you take the shot of Elle like flying into the mind flare spider thing and like show them that back in season 1 and try to convince them that this is a shot that will be in Stranger Things, I don't think you ever would have like they'd look at you like you have 12 fucking heads because it's just something totally different.
Or 3 head.
Yeah, 3 Tesla Hydra heads. That would be 9. At the end, just watching all of them be very sad to wrap on the series was like
the last read through got it for me. Not even just the last doing the last scene, the last read through when they were all on the couches and stuff, and they were all bawling.
Except for Sadie Sink.
Yeah,
it's like all the people that have work after this like don't really give a shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like Sadie doesn't care. Harbor doesn't really care.
Well, Harbor's also in his season. He's been doing 1,000 things throughout.
He's like, I'm going to go
thing.
fucking film Avengers after this.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
It was sweet, though, to hear, like, Finn Wolfhard talk about, like, you know, when he was younger, he felt like he didn't really have friends. And just, like, hearing him cry, talking about how he feels, like, so loved on the set and everything.
So
too bad they ruined his character.
I know, because he took even, like, he was the leader in that. And he had the whole thing.
Also, another funny thing is, like, he wanted a gun to fight.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They said. Yeah.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
You want to introduce it?
So, like, there was a whole thing where, like, I guess this is a product of them not finishing the script yet, but, like, clearly, I guess they were talking about how Finn was, like, talking about wanting a gun.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I don't think that's a really good idea.
Well,
none of the writers did, though.
Yeah, none of them wanted to give him a gun.
But, like, I don't see the problem.
But his sister, then they relented because the sister did give him a gun, even though it was a flare gun.
But that just seems like a
that's just them making a joke
him.
about it.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that knowing that, and then he gets the flare gun.
Yeah, I mean it's funny, but it's like,
but it's like you're playing a joke on your fucking story.
Yeah,
it's like funny in that context, not in the story.
We talked about this one, but this is a tweet. The fact that Jamie is in full Vecna outfit and is having to come up with some headcanon for Jamie/Vecna, while the guy who literally wrote the character just stands there listening like, yeah, sure, that works, I guess, is wild. Yeah, I don't know. The Duffers...
I think what makes it hard to talk about is that, like, everything that there is to talk about is just, like, very obvious. Like, there's not many, like, hidden scoops.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much we have to, ramble on about this, but it's very... interesting that this documentary is like even out after all the backlash that the season got, and it's just like you get to watch the Duffers ruin their Stranger Things careers.
It's almost
in 4K.
You could see it. The reason why it spiraled, they weren't really a strong force. They had a great team around them, but they weren't a good team.
I mean, they're kind of just like the 2 weakest links in that room.
100%.
It is like a good documentary in the sense that like it's not just meant as like promotion.
Yeah,
it actually exposes like what the fuck happened. It's funny in that sense, I guess.
You know, the one thing that I did pick up from this, because they were speaking about it during the thing, is how they really chose the kids and how they jumped out of it. Okay, so that was what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
That worked great then, but they didn't keep the synergy going on how to work them all into the story all the time, all the way through till the end here. Yeah. So some of them, like Mike, took a back seat to where he was a leader, but with no reason why he was in the back seat.
I doubt he's fucking anything similar to his character nowadays.
No.
Yeah.
He's not. But they could have come up with a reason to why he's not a leader anymore. And they didn't. They just threw him off into the side and let him have, come this way, walk this way, which is a scene it looks like it took them 3 weeks to make. Just that the whole scene alone took them over 3 weeks.
Talking about? The Mac Z, like the military base?
The military base. Yeah. That took them over 3 weeks.
Also,
I mean, I get
it was a one-shot.
It was a one-shot deal, and I get it. But the choreography and everything else that they did with stand-ins took them 3 weeks more.
It also seemed like they had fucking horrible weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They were talking about
how it was actually cool. I mean, it really looked like it was night there, but
I think it was
shot. No, it was shot in day, and they put up boards and everything, and they blocked it out. That was pretty wild.
What would put a nice bow on this?
Well, we have to include us talking about how it needs to have a bow at the end, and then never come up with a way to have a bow at the end, and then just end it.
Yeah. There's like a funny scene where they're doing the read through of when Hopper shoots at the tank, and I don't know if it's Hopper or like Dustin, or one of them is just like, oh no, fuck, no. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Shut up. No, shit, oh shit.
Wasn't it also a similar moment?
I thought like maybe when Steve fell again, they were just like, oh no, shit.
I think that's the scene they were talking about when Steve.
Yeah, the whole time David Harbour, like every read that he does, even when it's like he marries Joyce, he's like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck? Oh shit. And there was another funny scene with him just like talking to some extra soldier. He's like, yeah, your beard's not sticking on. Or something.
It was the guy playing him.
Oh really?
It was his stunt double.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that. That's funny. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
It was like some portly guy with the gray beard stuck on him.
That's funny. All right. So yeah, that was our review of the Stranger Things season 5 documentary. Let us know if you guys watched. I don't know.
Yeah, just ended it right there.
Let us know if you guys liked watching the Duffers ruin their careers.
Oh boy.
It
was very telling. Very telling indeed.
Watched what?
Oh my gosh.
Bye.
All right, we will see you next time for Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition.